Hello everyone, and welcome to tutorial number 10 in our Arduino Python series. In this video, we are going to learn how to control a buzzer using Python and the pyFirmata 2 library. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to make your Arduino board beep in different patterns. It's perfect for alarms, notifications, or just, making some noise. Before we dive into the code, let's quickly go over the hardware you will need. An Arduino board, again, I just remind you, Uno, Nano, Mega, or any kind of board will work. A passive or active buzzer, but I'm using an active buzzer, which has a built-in oscillator and just needs a high or low signal to turn on. 2 jumper wires, a breadboard. Breadboard is optional, but it's very handy. Okay guys, now let's set up the hardware of our buzzer. So this is our breadboard and this is our buzzer. The buzzers, all buzzers have 2 legs, one short and one bigger. The big leg or the longer leg is the positive and the shorter leg is negative. So the long leg, the short leg. So the long leg is positive and the short leg is negative. How we can connect it? It's very simple. Just connect it to your Arduino board. Okay. And connect your positive leg. Just if you can see it, lift it up a little bit. Okay, connect the positive, and if you look at the top of the buzzer, you can see the positive sign, so it's the positive leg, and connect the negative leg. Okay, so the positive leg will go to the pin number 8 and the negative leg will go to the G and D. Okay, that's it guys. Very simple. One of the simplest lesson in our course. So let's finish. Now let's go and continue. Okay, now it's time to start coding. Okay, I open the Visual Studio environment. The first step is to create a new file or a new folder if you want. Okay, I'm gonna call it buzzer.py. Don't forget about this .py. It's very important guys, because we are coding in a Python environment. Okay, so first we import the Arduino class from the pyFirmata 2 library, and this class gives us all the methods we need to talk to our Arduino board. How we can do that? I'm gonna say from pyFirmata 2 import Arduino, and another library, we need our time library. Okay, so we import Python's built-in module, I mean this time built-in module. So we will use its sleep function to create delays between the beeps. So okay, now we need to tell Python which serial port our Arduino is connected to. I'm gonna say port equal to CAM9. Be very careful guys, replace this CAM9 with the port that appears in your Arduino IDE I showed you in previous lessons. Please go and check how you can do that. And now I can say board equal to Arduino. Which port I'm using? I'm using this port. Okay, this port CAM9. Okay, now I have to define the buzzer pin. I'm gonna call it, for example, buzzer pin. So which pin I'm using? Pin number 8. So right after we connect, then this line we define which digital pin the buzzer is connected to. I use pin number 8 here, pin number 8. We store this number in a variable called buzzer pin, this variable, so that if we later change the wiring, we only have to change it in one place. Okay, Now I want to be the buzzer off exactly after we run the program, after we start. So, okay. So right after we connect, it's a good practice to make sure the buzzer is off. So how we can do that? I can say board dot digital, which pin we are using now. I say buzzer pin dot right. We have to put 0. 0 means low. So this ensures that the buzzer doesn't accidentally start beeping as soon as the program runs. Okay, that's it. Now we define our own function called beep. Okay, it makes one argument duration. It means, how long we want the buzzer to stay on in seconds. Okay, how we can do that? I'm gonna say def, as I told you, I'm gonna call it beep, and one argument, I'm gonna call it duration. Okay, so inside the function, we first turn the buzzer on by writing a 1, or 1 means high, to the digital pin. Here we did it 0. Now we have to do exactly the same thing. So we can just copy this. It's very easy. We can copy this and paste it here, but instead of 1, instead of 0, we can put 1 here. And then we use time that slip duration. Okay, this one I mean. We can say time that slip duration. We're gonna give it this argument. Okay. So this line, it keeps it on for a specified time. I mean the duration. Now we have to turn it off. How we can do that? Exactly. Again, we can do the same thing here, but we don't need to change anything. Just copy and paste it here. And again, we're going to use time one more time. So, it means we add a short pause for, like, for example, 0.1 second after each beep. So this little gap makes the pattern sounds more natural. So without it, the beeps would run into each other, so it will be very untidy. So how I can do that? I can say again, say time that slip for how long? 0.1. Okay. So yes, so this is our function. So we finished our function. Now, oh, sorry. Okay. Now we can go and create our loops. Now we write the main part of our program because we want to be able to stop the program cleanly with Control-C, as I told you again, like an emergency button. We wrap the main loop in a try except finally block. Okay, how we can do that? I can say try, and here I'm going to use inside the try block, we have a for loop that runs 5 times. Why 5 times? It depends on you. I want to tell the Python to just run the program for 5 times in 5 cycles, and then just exit from the program. Okay, so it depends on you. You want 5, 3, 2, or more. It's completely up to you. I just choose 5. I'm going to say for I in range, as I told you, 5 times. Okay, so each time through the loop, we call our beep function 3 times with different durations. Half a second, then a very short, like 0.2 seconds, then a full second. Okay, this creates an interesting pattern. Beep, 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 like this, beep, beep, beep. So how we can do that? We have to call our function. Our function's name here, our function's name, I'm gonna call it here beep. For how long? 0.5. This argument, duration. So this 0.5 is this duration. So I'm gonna just say beep for 0.5. Then again, beep for how long? For like 0. It's completely up to you guys. These numbers, it's up to you. But I just want to do it in a rhythmic way. That's why I do this. And then again, beep For how long? For like let's say like 1 second. Okay, so after the for loop finishes, we print a message to let the user know the sequence is done and the program is stopping. Okay, how we can do that? We need to print a message. We can say print like buzzer sequence complete, program stopped. Okay, so this is the message that the user will see after this 5 cycle get finished. Okay, now if the user presses Control C while the program is running, Python raises a keyboard interrupt exception. We catch that here, print a friendly message, and then let the program exit gracefully. Okay, how we can do that? It's very easy. Let's say accept keyboard interrupt. Okay, and then just print a message and say like program stopped by user. Okay, that's it. So here how we defined, the keyboard interrupt, or as I called it, emergency button or emergency switch. Today I want to introduce you a new, block. It's called finally block. Here you could just here you could say, for example, board dot exit open and close parentheses, and you could do this here, just close the program safely and everything would be fine. It's totally okay. But today I want to teach you something new. It's called finally block. Okay, how the finally block is very, very important. No matter how the program ends, whether it finishes all 5 loops or cycles, or the user interrupts it by Control C, by pressing Control C, we want to make sure the buzzer is turned off and the connection to the Arduino is closed properly. So we write 0 to the buzzer pin again, just to be safe. Okay, how we can do that? We can say, as I told you, it's called finally, and we can say board dot digital which pin, or don't type it again, guys. Just exactly copy and paste this line because we want to turn the buzzer off. And we call board.exit open and close parentheses, as in the previous lessons we were doing it here in the except block. But today I'm just showing you another way that you can do it. You can do it here, but I just wanted to teach you this finally block, so that's why I'm doing here. So again, one more time, it's not compulsory that you just do it here. You can do it here as well, but I'm just for the teaching purpose, I'm doing here for you. So I'm going to say board dot exit open and close parentheses. Okay, so we call board dot exit open and close parentheses, this line I made. Okay, to close the serial connection. These free up the COM port so the other program can use it. Okay, guys, I think this is for today's coding. As you can see, today's lesson is very, very simple. And this is the entire code. Now it's time to run it. Okay, now let's go and run the program and see what's gonna happen. Okay, guys, now I'm gonna run the program and see what's gonna happen. Okay, let's press run, and we are waiting to see the result. Okay, hope everything's okay. That's great, guys. And see the message, the goodbye message, the buzzer sequence complete, program stop. It works properly, after 5 cycle or after 5 loop, the program automatically stopped. And now let's just run the program one more time, and let's just check our emergency button. Okay, now I'm gonna run the program one more time. Okay, So now I'm gonna press Ctrl C to see if the program gonna stop or emergency button work. It's great. Program stopped by user. So it means that we pressed Ctrl C or emergency button. Okay, everything works perfectly, guys. So the program is okay and we don't have any errors. Okay, hope you liked this lesson and you enjoyed it. See you in the next session.